Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. News and rumors, all training camp centered today as obviously Philadelphia day one, or I should say practice one, because day one was yesterday, but really day one of training camp is today. They are at the NovaCare complex right now. All of the players are on the football field practicing. We'll have updates from that coming up in just a second. First though, I thought it'd be good to start with some predictions, right? And not necessarily my predictions for the Philadelphia Eagles, but USA Today's predictions. They had a fascinating article that came out just yesterday predicting every single team's record, giving them, division rankings, and also giving them their playoff seeding and letting you know how far they think they can go in the postseason. I said, all right, you know what? I'll click on it. So I clicked on it. I scrolled through it. And they have the Eagles going 11-6, which is kind of right where I'm at with Philadelphia. 10, 11, maybe 12 wins, depending on how well Jalen Hurts plays. And then obviously winning the NFC East and being in the postseason. And so I thought, you know what? Let's see what they have to say. Let's look at what they say with the playoff bracket predictions and have some fun here, because we're a long ways away from the first actual NFL game this year. But with the training camp actually starting today, I figured it would be totally fine to really dive into some predictions and see where you guys are at and how you guys are feeling about this Eagles team. So let's just start with the fact that obviously 11-5, that's where the Eagles would finish. They win the NFC East. Here was the playoff bracket as predicted by USA Today. They have the Bucs as the 1 seed. I don't know how good the Bucs are going to be this year. They're winning the South. That's obvious. But a 1 seed, tough to call there. Rams are the 2 seed. They got the Packers as a 3 seed. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Philly, the 4 seed. 11 wins and being the 4 seed would be impressive in terms of the fact that means the Packers, Rams, and Bucs all have more than 11 wins. Cowboys are going to be the 6 seed. Niners are your 5 seed. And the Saints squeeze in as the 7th seed. I'm actually fine with those 7 teams. I think those are probably the 7 best teams in the NFC. And so a matter of where you rank them is a little bit irrelevant. But overall, that's their playoff bracket prediction. I think that all is fair and makes sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia is a 3 seed instead of a 4 seed, especially if they go ahead and get to 11 wins. Now, USA Today had a quote about the Philadelphia Eagles as well. Throw it up on your screen, and this is all pretty obvious stuff, but I wanted to read it for you anyway. Quote, Philadelphia Eagles, 11-6. One would normally regard Philly as South Beach North Beach, but the parallels with the Dolphins are evident. There's an impressive nucleus coming off a strong kick to 2021. The Eagles' fast finish landed them in the wild card round. Even if Hurts falters, this group might be good enough to cover for him. But if he thrives, then the Eagles, who open against 4 2021 non-playoff teams and face just one 2021 playoff or postseason outfit in the final 5 weeks, could go a long way. End quote. You must forget that, right? That it's a pretty easy schedule. It's a favorable schedule, at least for Philadelphia. If they get off to a hot start, 4-0, they could finish strong, and 11 wins, as I have kind of talked about in the past, could be very, very reachable. Now, the thing about Hurts there is obvious. We've talked about that a lot in the past. I will say this, though. First training camp practice, I'm reading all the same Twitter updates that you guys are. Hurts has looked pretty darn good. His first red zone possession, 4 for 4, 2 touchdowns, 1 to Kenny Gainwell and 1 to A.J. Brown. So he's looked good so far, but as I've said before, when you get to a training camp practices, it's a roller coaster. He's going to have a good day, have a bad day, good series, bad series, good throw, bad throw, and just be ready for that to fill your Twitter timeline over the next couple of days and weeks. But so far, Hurts looks good, and USA Today is correct. If Hurts balls out, this could be a very scary and very, very good team in the NFC East. Okay, give me your Eagles record prediction down below right now. I want to see where you guys are at. I think 11 wins is where I'm going to go. Give me your thoughts in the comments section right now. Okay, Philadelphia was a little bit busy over the past couple of 24, 48 hours. We're going to get to the newly signed Eagles in a second, but I wanted to quickly jump in with this tweet from Tom Pelissero regarding Bengals safety Jessie Bates. This is an ongoing thing. We talked about it a lot. We expected this today. However, it's official. Quote, as expected, Bengals star safety Jessie Bates didn't report to training camp per source. Bates hasn't signed his $12.9 million franchise tender and thus isn't subject to fines for his absence, which could go on for a while. And so the Jessie Bates rumors, which we've talked about, ad nauseum here on the channel, but are still technically relevant because this is probably the last piece that Philadelphia could add to this roster that would actually mean something. We'll talk about the Kobe Smith, Jaeden Graham signings here in a second, but those really don't mean a lot. They're kind of just camp bodies, but this would be a very big signing. Not reporting is a big deal, and not signing his, obviously, extension is also a big deal as well, or his franchise tender, his 1 year, $12.9 million a tender, but this could drag on for a while, and the longer it drags on, the cheaper his price is going to be, and so maybe Howie's going to hold out. He'll say, hey, price comes down, call me, Cincinnati. Price doesn't come down, though, we're good with Tart and Epps and Kayvon Wallace and Anthony Harris, who are the 4 guys starting or fighting for 2 starting positions. I had this debate with my producer, Trace, earlier today. You guys tired of the Jessie Bates rumors? Because I'm a little bit tired of talking about Jessie Bates just because I don't know if it's actually going to happen. You know, the A.J. Brown stuff I was wrong on, but that happened pretty darn quickly, and then they traded for A.J. Brown. This has been going on for months. You guys tired about Jessie Bates rumors? Type Y down below for yes. If you're not, go ahead and type N down below for no. Now, what I'm not tired about is the A.J. Brown jerseys that remain to be available for you guys to pick up right now with our friends at chatsports.com/AJ Brown. I mean, this is going to be such a hot jersey at the Lincoln Financial Field this year, or any field the Philadelphia Eagles play at. Pick them up right now. Pick up your green or your white or your mint or your black number 11 A.J. Brown jersey. That link will be down below me in the description box. These are... I'm telling you, they're going to go quick, and they're going to fly the shelves like hotcakes, so jump on the A.J. Brown jerseys right now. Okay, we're going to do this a lot over the next couple of weeks, little bits of training camp updates here and there, what's going on today. This is why it's your one-stop shop. We got all the latest news. First of which, a couple of Eagle players are returning from COVID. So there was a report this morning that Jason Kelce has COVID. That's been refuted because he is at practice, just not actually practicing, just kind of standing to the side. He's recovering from COVID. He had COVID back in January. Apparently he had it again. And when it comes to athletes and COVID, I'm not 100% sure on the medical stuff on this, but they want you to wait a little bit after having COVID. That way the body is able to have a time to recover before you get out there and actually practice. So Kelce is at practice. Despite some reports on Twitter, he was not. He's just not actually going ahead and practicing today, which is not a big deal. Same thing with Fletcher Cox, I saw. He's kind of coming back from COVID, and so not rushing him back. It's day one of practice. These are veterans. No big deal here, but I wanted to update you guys. Also, the update that we started yesterday's show with, we'll dive into it a little bit more here. Tom Pelissero had that tweet, throw it up on your screen. The former Bucks D tackle Kobe Smith has signed with the Eagles, and that was the first kind of training camp signing Philadelphia has had. Although, as I kind of did yesterday, we got to poo-poo this signing because it's not really anything special. This is a camp body, and very much by the definition, he's probably just a camp body. He was an undrafted free agent in 2020 with the Titans, I believe. 2 seasons on the Bucks practice squad the past couple of years, so again, this guy's never actually been on an active roster, and so we gotta kind of temper expectations in terms of, ooh, why are they signing him here? Ooh, could this mean that Jordan Davis doesn't look good, or Javon? No, stop. Like, this doesn't mean anything regarding the players ahead of him on the defensive line. It just means that they probably wanted another D tackle on the defensive line for camp because you're rotating first and second and third team guys in there, but overall, nothing to really write home about. No offense to Kobe Smith, but it's not like they just, signed a starter or at least a backup D tackle. Odds of him making the roster a little slim, maybe a practice squad guy, though, in the future. They did also sign a tight end yesterday. Aaron Wilson has that tweet. We'll throw it up on the screen. Quote, former Falcons tight end Jaeden Graham signing with the Eagles per, I guess, Sean Stellato. That's Graham's agent. Jaeden Graham was a pass-blocking tight end. He does have some receiving ability in him, but this is very clearly another camp body, I think. Unless you want to get really tinfoil hat with me and be like, ooh, maybe this means Tyree Jackson starting on the pup list. Ooh, bad news for him. Maybe J.J. right there, Whiteside trying to convert to tight end. Maybe it doesn't look good for him so far. I'm not going to go, all E.T. on you guys here and try and give you some crazy conspiracy theory, but he is adding into the tight end depth chart, and will he be a camp body? Will he be an actual roster guy? I'm not sure, but he's mixing in with the rest of the tight ends, which is a thick group right now, and they will for sure whittle this one down. Now, again, we're going to do this sort of updates literally almost every single day here on the channel, and so when people are injured, or in terms of like sitting out, or when people get signed, or people get cut, we're your one-stop shop for all training camp updates. I mean, the breakdowns, winners, losers, who looks good, who looks bad, mailbag videos like the one happening later on this weekend. We are going to do everything regarding training camp as news is officially here, and so instead of just mindlessly scrolling through Twitter, just wait for our video each day, and then 10 minutes of your day, take a break from your, sitting at your desk at your job, watch the updates, which I'm going to provide for you, and then you're good to go. You know what's going on. You'll be the most informed Eagle fan out there. Hit that red button. We got 28 subs yesterday. I think we can get more than that. Let's get more than 28 today. Welcome into the channel. Hit that red button. Okay, one more final thing here from Pro Football Focus, which I thought was notable to start off camp, the first practice day of camp with. PFF has a whole article talking about how Hurts got great help this offseason, and they are very high on Jalen Hurts. And this is going to be me basically pitching to you why I'm drafting Jalen Hurts in my fantasy football league. And my roommate Alex, he's in the other room right there. He's in my fantasy football league. I hope he's not listening because I don't want him to take Jalen Hurts because I want Jalen Hurts in my fantasy football league. Listen to Pro Football Focus here. Quote, speaking of his quarterback, few players got the kind of boost that Hurts did this offseason with a Brown addition. Hurts is already a fantasy cheat code due to his rushing ability. He ranked just 16th last year in PFF passing grade, but 10th overall in PFF grade as well as fantasy points. He was even higher in points per game. Hurts left a lot of meat on the bone as a passer, often failing to even target open receivers, but Brown brings something completely different to the receiving core, a dominant physical specimen who has the tools to make things happen with the ball in his hands, end quote. This is all for me to basically say that I'm drafting Hurts in fantasy football. Now, there are going to be other people trying to take him. He was not mine last year. He's going to ball out this year, guys. I'm telling you. I feel so confident that he is going to play well. And even if he doesn't, they said before, he's a fantasy cheat code. If your quarterback can run as well as he had 8+ rushing touchdowns last year, you are getting some serious bang for your buck. I'm a Hurts guy. You know, people can have Rodgers and have Brady and stuff. I'll take Jalen Hurts in fantasy football this year. I think you guys should too. All right, we'll end on this. Will you draft Jalen Hurts in fantasy football? Type D down below for draft or type P down below for pass. A lot of you guys should type D, though, because I think you guys agree. Okay, ultimately today on our Philadelphia Eagles training camp news and rumor video, mailbag video happening later on this week. I need questions down below right now. Ask me questions. Hashtag Eagles in the comments section. I will pull the 5 or 6 best questions from our subscribers for that video. For Philadelphia Eagles now, producer Trace, producer Patrick, Thomas Mott signing off to the rest of your day.